Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Blue and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Blue's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the corrections and the motivation that we give him when we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Right now Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and if you remember, the only correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar. That is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Blue is going to come home with several different training collars, and you're going to be taught how to use them properly during your follow-up training session. Now he's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. With this big boy in Sea Isle in the summertime, you need him to heel, and the command is Blue, heel. At this point, Blue has a job to do, and that is to stay even with your left leg when he's walking. Not forging ahead or lagging behind, but maintaining pace with you. Not dragging you down the street. If you turn, he should turn. His pace should match your pace. And of course, because he is a very big Newfie puppy, there are times that he can be belligerent and you have to be tougher than he is. The upside to that is that he tires out pretty quickly. He's a big boy, he doesn't like the heat. And nice sit. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Your homework is going to be practice the length of time that he can hold it, working up from about 30 seconds and continuing on up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, he walks counterclockwise all the way around him, gets back to him, and they're ready to go again. Every time you return to his shoulders, you stop your feet because he should be waiting for his next command. You want to keep his head up off the ground because as soon as he drops his head, he's in charge of the walk. Stay. Rich leaves him in another sit-stay. And this time, instead of returning back to him, he's going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command. And Blue has been taught to come right in front and sit. We don't want this big boy jumping all over you or your company or the kids. And Rich will demonstrate that come on command again. He needs to be sitting first. He leaves him in a stay. He uses his name and it lightens his tone of voice, and he uses his leash like a fishing line. He reels him right in and has him sit. And with Newfies, you're never going to get real military commands. They're just slow-moving dogs, and that's just who they are. With a little encouragement, you can get him to a trot. But I'm sure if he sees something that he wants or he's distracted, he can pull you. So you want to make sure that he understands that you're in charge. Now this is the down from a heel position. This took weeks. And your homework at home is going to be to lengthen out the time that he can hold that too, up to 5 minutes. And you can practice right in your house. You don't have to go outside, it's getting hot. Practice right in your house. Now Rich worked him a little bit before we turned on the camera, but you can tell that he's fading and he's getting tired. So it doesn't take long to tire out a Newfoundland in this kind of weather.
No, sit.
Now, if he doesn't sit, you saw what Rich did. No, sit and pulled up on that training collar.
Stay.
And then Rich will call him out of that down. He praises him on the way in. That was much better sit. Good job. Now we've demonstrated for you Blue's formal on-leash obedience commands. We have a lot of written information for you to go over and training equipment for you to go over, and then for you to actually work with Blue. We've enjoyed having him. He's been a bit challenging, but he's a sweet boy, and we will see you this afternoon.